ACNN, reaching the world with the undiluted Word of God.
This is yet another beautiful day in the nation's capital city, and yet another edition of your favorite sports show, Sports Hour, coming to you live from the Anglican Cable Network Nigeria, ACNNTV. I am Olushola Jide, your anchor for today's edition. Good morning and you're welcome. Today we'll be talking about, we have some interesting topics for you, and we'll be talking about the Super Eagles who will battle the indomitable Lions of Cameroon on Saturday in the ongoing AFCON in Egypt. Then looking at the court order of to arrest the NFL president and 4 others in an alleged $8.4 million fraud. Then also we'll be talking about the 5th edition of Seyi Makinde Women's Support Professional and Amateur Golf Championship, which kicks off in Ibadan, Oyo State. Then the Shooting Stars of Ibadan have assured their fans to qualify to the MPFL next season. Then a good one, the Volleyball Premier League will begin on July 13 in Asaba. As well, ahead and again looking at the All-African Games preparation, whereby 17 federations have begun athletes closed camping to get the best players that represent Nigeria in Morocco. And it's been rumored as well too that Gunners Roy, that Super Eagles coach, his contract may be terminated by NFF because of the poor acting of Super Eagles so far in Egypt. And looking at the ATO Cup semi-final fixtures that have been released. And we have some interesting gist, some interesting transfer gist from Europe. And I think you would like to know who they are, who is moving from where and where to where. Please sit down, relax while we go on a short break. Thank you for staying tuned. You're welcome back. To start with, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will on Saturday battle perennial foes and defending champions, the indomitable Lions of Cameroon, in the round of 16 of the ongoing African Cup of Nations in Egypt. Our darling Super Eagles qualified for the knockout phase after finishing in Group P as the runner-ups, following an inglorious 2-0 defeat to debutant Madagascar. Clarence Offside needed a victory to guarantee the progress from Group F in first place, but found a very stubborn Benin side, a very hard nut to crack in Ismaila. And now they'll be facing Genoa side in Alexandria on Saturday by 5 p.m. According to the history books and our head-to-head, Nigeria and Cameroon, they've met on several occasions. Cameroon defeated Nigeria in the final of the African Cup of Nations in 1984, 1988, and in 2000. But the most painful one was the Super Eagles' defeat in a penalty shootout in front of all fans at the National Stadium in Lagos on 13th February in 2000. Then again, we had a part of flesh in 2004 when JJ, our mercurial JJ Oslokocha, spearheaded a sweet 2-1 defeat of the then cup holders, as they are right now, in the quarter-final match at the Stade Mustafa Ben Janet in Tunisia. And of course, we met again in 2018 FIFA World Cup African Qualifying Series, where the Super Eagles lashed. When I mean lashed, we defeated them roundly in the 4-0 in Uyo. But they forced us to a 1-1 draw back in their own place at Yaoundé. And Nigeria and Cameroon, they've shared 8 African titles. The Lions have 5 titles, which they won in 1984, 1988, 2000, 2002, and 2017, while Nigeria are champions, or were champions in 1980, 1994, and of recent 2013. Whether we'll be champions in 2019 is what we don't know yet. We have to qualify first. You have to defeat Cameroon to go to meet either Egypt or Ghana in the next round. And coming back home to Nigeria, the Federal High Court in Abuja on Monday issued a bench warrant for the arrest of the president of the Nigeria Football Federation, Mr. Amaju Pinnick, and 4 other officials of the football body. Why? The Justice Ejoma Ojukwu issued the order of arrest following the refusal of Pinnick and others to appear in court to answer to the charges of misappropriation of funds belonging to the NFF. Apart from the Pinnick, who is the top guy, other defenders whose arrests were ordered by the judge include the NFF Secretary, Dr. Sanusi Mohammed, the 4th Vice President, Sheyaki Umi, the 2nd Vice President, Shehu Diko, and an Executive Officer, Yusuf Fresh. Like in the previous proceedings, all the defendants were absent from court on Monday. It's not a new one. They normally don't come for the court injunctions or court sittings. But on Monday, the Monday development prompted the prosecuting lawyer, Sessions Opong, to orally apply for their arrest, a request the judge granted. If you can recall, the federal government had, through the Special Presidential Investigation Panel on the Recovery of Public Property, filed 17 courts before the court, in which it accused the NFF officials of misappropriating $8.4 million belonging to the NFF. The money was said to have been paid by FIFA to NFF as appearance fees in the group stage of the Brazil 2014 World Cup. Now, the defendants were also accused of moving dishonestly and intentionally a sum of $4 billion, a massive $4 billion belonging to NFF without the consent of the board members. There's a lot going on in the NFF, in the NFL, the White House, and the courts now want to arrest the officials. Let them come and answer for these crimes. These are allegations, and it is high time for the NFF officials, starting from Pinnick, to appear before court. But right now, he's in Egypt as the AFCON president, and he has written that he might not be in Nigeria until after the AFCON, which probably will be granted till he comes back. But all that are still in Nigeria right now, so they are expected to appear in court for the next sitting. And now let's go down to Oyo State, where no fewer than 250 professional and amateur golfers are expected to participate in the 5th edition of Seyi Makinde Women's Support Professional Amateur Golf Championship. Retired Colonel Adesumonu, who is the captain of the Ibadan Golf Club, told newsmen in Ibadan on Tuesday during a press conference to herald the championship, the annual championship sponsored by Makinde, who is now the executive governor of Oyo State, started in 2015 at the IGC. Among some of the professionals expected at the tournament are Oche Odo of the IBB Golf Club in Abuja here, Sunday Olapade of the Mycom Golf Club in Osun State, Emeka Obi of Ibadan as well, then Martins Udo of Mina Cantonment Golf Club. According to Sumonu, over 72 professional golfers from across Nigeria will slug it out for the prize money of 5 million naira, while the amateurs will go they will go home with different gift prizes. Sumonu lauded Makinde for his immeasurable support for sport development and urged government and other well-meaning Nigerians to emulate such gestures. Makinde has been very, very supportive, I quote, has very, very supportive to IGC and Tiger Golf Club before he became governor of the state. He has been sponsoring this tournament since 2015. There is no time he traveled out of the country without bringing back certain equipment for the club. He does this without request from the club. We want other women Nigerians to emulate this, he said. Governor Makinde is one of the sport-loving governors we have in Nigeria, and as well is one of the the few governors, I think there are about 4 of them or 5, that play golf in Nigeria. Solomon Lalong is one, Obaseki is another one, and Makinde is the third person. I can't recall the 4th person, but these are the only 4 governors in Nigeria who love playing golf, and Governor Makinde is one. And he has been supportive, even before he became a governor, he has been supporting IGC. He has been supporting golf tournaments in Oyo State, and now that he's a governor, he's expected that he will do more, and we believe he will do more. And still in Oyo State, Shooting Stars of Ibadan, popularly called the 3SC, on Wednesday promised their fans that they will soon forget the club's travails in playing in NLL, that is the Nigerian National League, as it will get qualification to the Elite Division, which is the Nigerian Professional Football League. Shooting Stars were 5 times league winners in 1996, 1918, 1983, 95, and 98. Is one of the powerhouses among Nigerian football clubs in the 1970s through to the 1990s, but along the way things went up for them. The team was however relegated for the second time in 2017, and since then it has been struggling to bounce back to the Elite League, which is the Nigerian Football Professional League. The team will this year play in the playoff of the NLL again, after grabbing the sole ticket of the abridged NLL Group B1. Shooting Stars will slug it out with other clubs like Aqua Stars, Dynamite FC, Warri Hopes, NAF FC, and Jigawa Stars. On the readiness of the club for the playoffs, Omojola, who is the PR of the club, said the support of fans' support will be rewarded with promotion tickets to the Nigerian Professional Football League. We are set to make our fans happy once again. We got so close last year, but this is another year to right those things we did not get right then. We are fully set for promotion to MPFL this year. The coach and the technical crew are already ensuring that the club returns to the Elite Division where we rightly belong. Yes, they belong to the MPFL, not the NLL. We know the intricacies involved and what the promotion means to the fans. So we are working hard to gain our promotion and make our fans happy again, he said. 3SC is one of the biggest Nigerian clubs, and in the last few years they have been so down. They have been playing in the lower league, and I think it's high time for them to come back to the MPFL where they rightly belong. We mentioned Better Insurance, we mentioned 3SC, and a few other clubs who were making waves in the past, but I think due to poor management and the issue of players not being paid, most of their big players left to other clubs, and the club came down. And now let's talk about the Nigerian volleyball. The Nigerian Volleyball League, the first leg of the 2019 Nigerian Volleyball League, will come up in Asaba, Delta State, on from July 13 to July 21. According to Olatunde Morakiyo, who is the chairman of the organizing committee of the Nigerian Volleyball Federation, NVBF, said after the competition in Asaba, the committee will decide on the next step. He also rated high the ongoing Division 1 league in Ilorin, saying the federation was lucky to have the University of Ilorin indoor sports hall to use. The players are not getting used to playing indoors, and I'm not saying we are not perfect, but as time goes on, we will continue to improve. What we did last year was to bring teams together and play somewhere, but this time we are actually playing a league competition. Last year, or in previous years, the NBFL was not really active. They are playing just anywhere, just gather players together and do something. But this time around now, there's a league to bring out the best players we have in Nigeria that can play for Nigeria in our competitions. We get good players. We have good players. If you come to the National Stadium, they are always there practicing. And we look forward to having a beautiful league as it goes around the country, starting from Asaba on July 13. And ahead of the All-African Games in Morocco, we'll be looking at the fact that the close campaign of trials have been invited to the 7 camps to commence further training, she said. Larry Adams said the ministry has in view of this selected Abuja, Lagos, Kaduna, Port Harcourt, Yenagoa, Ibadan, and Gombe as preferred camps. These are where the athletes will be accommodated for training until the last selection is made for those who will represent the country, she said. And now the 17 sports include athletics, table tennis, basketball, swimming, karate, taekwondo, gymnastics, weightlifting, wrestling, handball, volleyball, cycling, and badminton. And as the camp resumes tomorrow, so we'll be seeing over 17 federations who will now pick the best of the best that we have in Nigeria that will represent the country in Morocco. And these camping exercises are just designed for us to know who is fit, who can do us proud. And I'm looking forward to having a beautiful and an exciting and a trophy-laden outing in Morocco. And back to the Super Eagles, where rumors are flying from Egypt and even within Nigeria that the Nigeria Football Federation wants to terminate the Super Eagles coach, that's going to his contract, following a poor outing of the national team at the ongoing African Cup of Nations in Egypt. It was gathered that the lawyers of the NFF are studying Roy's contract as a first step to terminating his deal with Nigeria immediately after the AFCON matches, on July 19. Reports have it that the NFF are appalled, of course they should be appalled, at the style of play of the Super Eagles, in spite of the fact that the manager was given all the logistics and support he needed, while blaming him for being the brain behind the match bonus crisis in the Eagles camp. And if you can recall, shortly after Nigeria's match against Burundi, the Super Eagles team came out and said that they're not going to train. They did not go for training, and they skipped press conference over match bonuses. And now Kenneth Roy is now being fingered. That's another angle. He's now being fingered as the brain behind the Eagles boycotting the press conference and delaying the match training. And now they want to now terminate his contract because he is not doing so well. The team is not giving the joy to Nigeria. They struggle to beat Burundi, struggle to beat Guinea, and to now crown the sadness in Nigerians, Madagascar now defeated Nigeria 2-0. And instead of to come out and make some effective changes, attacking changes, he brought in the defensive changes. And this was not what the NFF officials, or rather the technical committee of the NFF wanted. They wanted a full attacking team. The Nigerian team is known to create fear in play in other teams, but now we are scared of playing because that is no longer with Nigerian team. And I think it's high time that the NFF look for a good coach, a world-class coach. It can be a Nigerian that can actually play us, that can actually give us what we want as Nigerians. Kenneth Roy has tried his best. Yes, he has his ambitions, which is to build a youthful team. But I think he's missing the point somewhere. He is not getting that actual thing, because we have good players in Nigerian league. And I recall one time in an interview with Asaba, where he said he does not too much believe in Nigerian league players. That's why most of the players are from foreign based. And let's see what pans out towards the end of the tournament, whether the NFF will actually terminate contract or will extend it for a few more years. And now let's talk about our cup federation, the oldest cup competition in Nigeria, formerly called the Federations Cup, now called the Ethos Cup. Now the semi-finals fixtures has been released for the men. So as you can see on the screen, we have Rivers United versus Niger Tornadoes, and they'll be playing today. All the matches are today at Soccer Temple Agege in Lagos by 5 p.m. They're looking at Calabar Rovers versus Kano Pillars at the Upper Aku Stadium at Akodi, Benue State. Both matches are today by 5 p.m. In this verse. Then we should be looking at Rivers is an interesting tie where we'll see Rivers United and Niger Tornadoes battling it out. Rivers United statistically in this competition are yet to concede a single goal, and how Niger Tornadoes were able to defeat them is a bug entirely. Niger Tornadoes were recently relegated to the NNL, and now they want to make up for their disappointment to perform well, and now they'll be going back to seek ways to defeat Rivers United and get to the final of the Auto Cup and probably win it and get to represent Nigeria at in Africa. Then Kano Pillars is expected now to defeat Calabar Rovers. Kano Pillars have tried to win this Eto Cup, but they failed. Last year, they got to the finals against Enugu Rangers. They were leading 2-0, and they lost the match. Enugu Rangers came down from 2-0, defeated them, and it got to penalties, and they were roundly defeated. Kano Pillars is yet to win the Eto Cup, and I think this time around, they are expected to defeat Calabar Rovers, and we see them going ahead to get to the finals and probably win that elusive cup. Let's now go to the transfer gist in Europe, where we have French side PSG have now signed Pablo Sarabia from Sevilla on a 5-year deal. The Ligue 1 champion said on Tuesday that the development potentially paves way for a move away from the club by Brazilian star Neymar. Neymar, over the time he has been trying to leave the club, he says, according to reports, he regrets leaving Barcelona to PSG. He feels his time is up in PSG after breaking the transfer record. And now, his move to Barcelona is still shared because now the La Liga president has said that if Neymar comes to La Liga, is going to disrupt so many things. What they are, we don't know yet. And now, Netherlands international striker Luc de Jong has moved from Sevilla to PSV Eindhoven in a €50 million deal, signing a 4-year deal contract, the Dutch club said on Tuesday. De Jong, who is 28 years, scored 112 goals in 204 matches for PSV over the last 5 seasons, in which they won the Dutch league title, and was the joint top scorer in the last season Dutch league with 28 goals. And now let's go to England, where we have Manchester City, the Premier League champions, back-to-back. They're now closing on a club record signing of Rodri after paying £62.6 million buyout clause for Atletico Madrid midfielder. Then, of course, in Chelsea, Ruben Loftus-Cheek is set to sign a new long-term deal with Chelsea. The 23-year-old is set to ink a new £120 a week contract, according to reports from England. Then again, we look at former Barcelona and Manchester City midfielder Yaya Toure has joined Chinese second-tier club Qingdao Unchuan. The League One leaders announced on social media. Now, the Ivory Coast International, the former African best player, who has not played since December, following a 3-month stint with Olympiacos in Greece, is expected to make his debut on Saturday, this coming Saturday, when his club will host Zhejiang Greentown. Let's see what Yaya has to offer to the Chinese league. It's most likely he has gone there for his retirement benefit and then to make more money into his pocket. Then, of course, Ayoze has agreed a personal terms on a $30 million switch from Newcastle. So he is one of the Newcastle backbone, but then he is moving to another club for him to get more experience and to get more money into his pocket as well too. Then lastly, looking at former England defender Phil Jagielka, who is now training Burnley to get fit while he looks for a new club. The 36-year-old defender is a free agent after being released by Everton. He spent 12 good years in Everton and Goodison at the Goodison Park, while the Burnley boss Sean Dyche is aligned to train with his own players as a favour. So this season now is a very good season where we see new players going to new clubs, and we hope to see a more interesting season when the league opens up. So this is where we round up today's program, and I hope you enjoyed every bit of today's program. Please stay tuned again when we join you again next week. Thank you and have a good day.